Highland kilat wajuka kakita sa kung kagwapa akong kanya wajuri pekni mo bisan kanu sa tanang kagsila at yung mga babae gigugod ka usa ka adlaw sa mga balay kang nagabhian Ingan ko maulan ni Karunig na ni Maswertian Kung dilig kong idayag pang nang itipigan Layon sa'y mong kaisog kagwapo kakuskan Nabay swerteng babae diha sa imong dughan Sa matang kilap ikaw mitugan Usama ni mong nagwapa o buutan Mga pangilong sama niya ng bulan Di ika'y lumisan sa bulawan Ako siyang halaran Pagkigawan pa kamatian Siya mao ang Pilipinas atong yutang nga tauhan Espera sa 3 de Abril Pero batok sa kasila Nagpakasasundang Pwerte mong singuta Mga katipunerang guwapa Wala dyan ipong tata Abril 5 Itastas mong mga kanyon Sa San Pedro Ipagkita o yab Kung magyudan ako Ang anting-anting niluwas ni Mos Peligro Leon sa'y mong kaisog Kagwapo o kakusgan Naabay swerteng babae diha sa imong dughan Sa matang kilap ikaw itugan Usama ni mong nagwapa o buutan Mga pahiyong sama niya ng bulan Di ikabay lubisan sa palaman Siyang halaran Pagkigawayan Pakamatian Siya mao ang Pilipinas atong yutang na tauhan Elena nga nung napildugan Nagpungasing ba Mapaghagiyak sa mong mama Kung guma Pwede man sama ko ang luha Ukuso na to sa gugma Kining nasura Pildihon Nautan Pagsang katawhan Kabuto na to
Kinsa gid na silang kilat?
Waka kailan nila yung kilat? Oh, sige. Tuna nato together.
Mams, pack up na. Hinay-hinay na tagdakop diri. Dili na maghuwat ang revolusyon. Grabe na ang krisis diri sa Cebu.
TMD na jud boss. Di mo tanong lugma.
Mabuhay ang immersion! Mabuhay ang class! Oh wait! What time gamit?
Uy!
What time masugod ang mga ng Gira?
Asa nakaato si Flores? Badung na ba kato siyang posisyon? Wala mo dyan ni text.
Ano dyan to siya hold?
Si Gugut dira, revolusyon ba yan eh?
May pag-revolution, lulunin mo.
Saba daw pangita ato si Flores.
Hi guys! On my way to Fort San Pedro, natipunan for the win! What all you Spaniards? I'm you, we're gonna get you!
Oh, Menji!
Oh! Dito na dito, sir! Omen! Kumanta! Oh my God! You need to BR!
Luis! Nalagay ka dali.
Nakatawa pa sa buto-buto! Ayaw kay boss?
Okay rin na, huwag tayo anting-anting.
Kakiyul si Nini mo.
No-worry ka na ako.
Siyempre, uy! Basta ni person, tabang ka.
A few moments later.
Wait! Sandali na.
Uy! Gitag chicharon dito. Nag-video chicharon sila.
Sige.
Dili lang sa ako. Pili na.
History teaches us courage and selfless acts of heroes like that of General 𝗲𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵. The stories about their fight against foreign enemies come across as a rallying cry for people to identify a common nation and love of country. But there are stories too in the regions and localities that should be part of the whole history of the Philippines. In recent years, a surge in research and writing of local histories reintroduced us to local heroes like 𝗲𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗏, General 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and others. To many local people, though, they're just names of streets.
Kailan ba kang Leon Kilat na eh?
Wala. Kaya?
Leon Kilat.
Okay lang.
Gitawag niya din sa amin ko Leon Kilat. Pero ako kita taong kakinsa ng tao nga Leon Kilat.
𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, wants to connect the locals with their past. We produced music videos, published books in local history, and put the names of local heroes literally on the dining table. 2018, we assembled a group of kids and tasked them to write a book about 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 for children.
I first heard about 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 when I was looking for something to read at my house.
My Araling Palipunan teacher was lecturing about the famous people in Cebu, and 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 was one of our topics.
I mostly knew 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 by name. History-wise, I didn't know much about 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃.
𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 or Pantaleon Villegas was a Katipunan general who led the Cebuanos fight against Spain in what we now know as the 1898 Battle of Tres de Abril. In the book that we published, history writer 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝗏 said the battle was the crucial part to turn the tide against the forces of Spain in Cebu.
Big victory for the local forces. So the first time in history, idag ng mga sila.
Like many, Santi Sagano did not know the story about 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 or other local historical figures for that matter.
Sa nagsibaran ko, parang hindi ito masyadong tinuturo ng mga guro kasi sa textbook kasi nila, para bang hindi ito nakafocus.
Local history was not taught as a core subject in schools, even before the Philippines implemented the K-12 basic education curriculum in 2016.
Right now, may mga attempts to focus on local history, no, although medyo lacking siya gamay. So this book can fill in that gap, no.
With the help of our friends established in the fields of heritage advocacy, design, art direction, and storytelling, we mentored the kids to help them create a children's story based on the heroism of 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃.
He cared not only for himself, but because he cared for people in the country, and he loved the country so much, and then he was not scared to fight for the country.
This is a unique case, no, of children being told history and then them retelling it, no.
Mas ligon ang kondisyon sa bata kung siya mismo involved siya sa pagpanday sa narrative sa istorya.
When I asked the students what is the most interesting, like magical feature of the story of 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃, and they pointed out the sigbin, how 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 has a sigbin who helped him.
I wanted to add a touch of the supernatural in the story so that little kids will also hear about it.
This particular genre called speculative fiction that includes fantasy, maybe some elements of horror and sci-fi. They really like this kind of genre in the works that they read.
The humans are happy fishing for the aliens. The Spaniards come to get
The artist has to think like a child, but in this case, unique ni siya kay it's the children themselves doing that. Of course, sa nga nga level ang children think to wild kaya ng imagination ba, no? So that shows sa ilang version sa 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 story, no? So it's a bit wild, nice sci-fi elements, no.
So we were thinking of like sci-fi themes, like Iron Man, Avengers, since Avengers inspired one of the writers.
I learned a lot from this experience, mostly about history and my art direction. I have so many people around me to help with this project, and I'm happy to help bring this project to life.
Other kids should read the story because it's very important for us, especially as Cebuanos, to know about our past and how we got our freedom that we now have today.
Whatever effort there is to make students read, entice them with a new kind of story, sci-fi infused story based on historical figures, can actually make them start reading, and maybe when they start reading, they say, what else is there that we can read? And so the demand will start there, and hopefully writers will catch up with the demand.
I think the children will enjoy reading it, and I think they will grow to love Leon Gila.
Leon Gila is like a good example to young kids.
Kailangan di ay nakita tanan kay magbilabangay ta para ato yung mabuhat ato sa atong galahan.
I admire Leon Kilat for leading the Cebuanos in fighting for our independence.
I'm really happy that I got to work with professionals because I just did art as a hobby.
Mas dali ang transmission sa information kung magtanaw kag pictures.
I think ang ultimate importance sa history is the sense of narrative, the sense of wonder.
There are a limited number of writers who focus on, let's say, children's stories or children's books or even YA.
O Pilipinas, yuta kong natauhan, ning kinabuhi ko, akong itugyan, ning kasing-kasing ko, perme lang kasubo, tungod sa gobyerno, nga dili pa ato.
Ining maong awit, nagsugilo sa pakikigbisog alang sa kagawasan sa atong mga Cebuanong revolusyonaryo. Ang sudlon maong ilang tinago nga kampo, patok sa mga sumasakop nga katsila o Amerikano. Naginaot ko nga ang atong mga batan karon, maminaw nini para ilang mga buwan nga ang ilang problema dili lang ilaha, kundi shared na problem din. Diin ang hinahanglan o shared na kasubaran alang sa kayuhan sa katilingbanong Pilipino.
Dili kita mo onem, yan ang taong malupikon, na mao'y nagbalikya sa atong nasyon.
Oh, Pilipinas, yuta kong natauhan, ning kinabuhi ko, akong itugyan, ning kasing-kasi ko, permi lang kasubo, tungod sa gobyerno nga dili pa ato. Tala na mga igsoon, mamauli na kita nga to sa sudlon. Dili kita muner sa mga taong malupigon, nga mao'y nagbaligya sa atong nasyon.
𝗡𝗶𝗺𝗵𝗂 Sugbo tungod sa gobyerno nga dili pa ato. Tala na mga igsuon, mamauli na kita ngadto sa sudlon. Dili kita munan sa mga taong malupigon, nga maoy nagbaligya, nga maoy nagbaligya. Tala na mga igsuon, mamauli na kita ngadto sa sudlon. Dili kita munan sa mga taong malupigon, nga maoy nagbaligya sa atong nasyon. Pilipinas, Pilipinas, oh Pilipinas.
Malipayong pagsaulog sa usa ka gatos ug kawhan upat ka tuig nga kasumaran sa panagsangka sa Tres de Abril ug sa 5 ka gatos ka tuig nga kadaugan sa Mactan. So this event is a celebration of the 124th year of the Battle of Tres de Abril and the 500 years of the victory at Mactan. To start, you would like to request everyone to please sing the national anthem to be led by the Junquera Street Children's Choir.
We Cebuanos aspire to be worthy in following the path taken by our heroes in their fearless fight for a land whose sun and stars forever shine for justice, whose loving embrace is everyone's paradise. We strive to become a people who love our motherland in our every breath and with every drop of our blood, sweat, and tears.
Kaya magiliw, pero ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirap, ang hindi ng mahirap, masulong, di kapisili, pasisi, nagatak sa sipsi, ay ang pangit ng bagay, may ilang ang tula, awit sa paglayang minang, isap na kuwata, tuwing taboy, may nanagniling, ang ikuwin nagpapay lang, may di magdidililong, panaparaw ng lalakit, pagsitak, tunay na liglasin mo. Aming higaya na ay mapapit, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Daghang salamat to the 𝗡𝗂𝗱𝗏 Street Children's Choir for the performance of the Philippine national anthem, and also we thank everyone who is involved in that video. So we also thank our video creator Prosper Lapot of Social Communications Asia for editing the video. So we welcome everyone to this event celebrating the 124th year of the Tres de Abril uprising and also the 500 years of the victory at Mactan, which will be celebrating the 501st already in April 2022. So this event, the Cebu Island-wide Impromptu Speech Contest, is a part of the celebration of the 500 years of the Visayan heroism and the 124th year of the Battle of Tres de Abril. So this is in partnership with Department of Education Region 7, partnering with 𝗲𝗺𝗺, also the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, the National Quincentennial Committee, the Museo Sugbo, or the Cebu Provincial Museum, the Central Visayas Association of Museums, SOAN 2020, and Diyandi Heritage Center. So we have been holding this series of events for especially targeting the young people, so that the youth would be able to connect with their roots and to be proud of our heroes and to be proud of our identity as Cebuanos and as Filipinos. So so this month we have so many celebrations this month. So we are celebrating this month the National Women's Month, and also we celebrated last March 8th the International Women's Day. And also, that's why we have been discussing a few days ago or last week regarding, are there women katipuneras? Are there women in the Cebu Katipunan? So in this, we are now at the Galleria Independencia at 𝗲𝗺𝗺 the Cebu Heritage Hotel, and you would be seeing the names of Cebu Katipunan leaders at the Wall of Heroes here at the Galleria Independencia, mga bayani sa 1898 nga revolusyon sa Sugbo. And you would see a few names of women leaders of the Cebu Katipunan. So we are so happy that in our events, we have so many young people joining our events. We are thankful to the Department of Education Region 7 for partnering with us in many events. So we have partnered with DepEd 7 in an essay writing contest last year, and also we had also a poster making contest, joined also by the students in Cebu Island from the different divisions of the Cebu Island, and also we also had an extemporaneous speech contest last November to celebrate the birthday of General 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and also the 500 years of Visayan heroism. So we thank the talented youth of Cebu for using their talent, and skills to honor our heroes, to express their love for Cebu, to express their love for our country. So we have also heard them last November about their thoughts regarding how to make how could the leaders today, or how could Cebuanos and Filipinos today give honor to our heroes. So we also had an essay writing contest last year with the students in Cebu saying something, or telling us their insights about how can the leaders of today be heroes like Leon Quilat and Lapu-Lapu. And they have very beautiful insights, and we are so proud of them, and we see a bright future for our country with these youth who love their country, and we hope that they would be able to continue and persist in using their talent, their skills to offer their gifts for the development of our country. So we would like to thank those online. So thank you very much. Say hashtag hashtag Visayan Heroism, um, hashtag victory at Mactan, so that we will be able to recognize you. So we have do we already have comments so we have I can only see the comments that you have written at the 𝗡𝗶𝗺𝗿 the Cebu Heritage Hotel page, and also at the National Quincentennial Committee page. So we have City from the National Quincentennial Committee page. Good afternoon. Thank you, City, for being with us in almost all of our events. And also, we would like to recognize those in also 𝗝𝗲𝗶𝗴𝗲 from Taguig and Pateros. And he is also from the DepEd. He is with the Association of Teachers in Taguig and Pateros. Tumutunghay mula sa sangay ng paaralan ng lungsod ng Taguig at bayan ng Pateros, pagbati sa organizer at sa mga kalahok. So, dagang salamat, 𝗏𝗲, for being with us in almost all of our events. We would like to read the comment or the greetings from Shaira Tangente. Go, Abby! So, she is a fan and a friend of Abby. So, this would be Abigail. And then, also, Jella says, love you, Shai. Frederick says, good afternoon, everyone, from Frederick of St. Catherine's College. So he is cheering for, I guess, Rose of the St. Catherine's College. And also, Weng Parcon says, good luck, everyone. So good luck to our very brave students. So we have blessed contestants today, compared with the November contest of the extemporaneous speech contest, because in November, they would prepare for at least 3 minutes before they would give their speeches. And now they would be, in the impromptu speech contest, they would be preparing for only 1 minute before they will give their speeches. And then some said, nanalaw ang uban. So, so these students that you will have here, you will hear today, are very brave, and they took the challenge of giving a speech with the topic being told them only 1 minute, or at least 1 minute before their performances. So we are so excited. So they do not know, all of our contestants do not know yet the questions. So this is not, we have not given any copy of the questions. So this is like a debate. That is a surprise. The questions are a surprise. So these students did not back out. Congratulations. And they really joined us today. So now we would like to introduce to you our judges. So for those who would like to be recognized, just put a comment at the comment section. We have Marie Jessica. Good luck to all participants. So Marie Jessica says, hashtag victory at Mactan, hashtag Visayan Heroism. So Lovejoy, one of our contestants, also says she is tagging her friends. So now we would like to introduce our judges. So we would like to introduce first our judge, who is the only thorn among the roses. So he was a former field reporter of the GMA 7 Cebu when the newscast was still in English. So he was also an editor of the Freeman. So the Freeman is the oldest local newspaper, the oldest newspaper in Cebu. He was a host and a producer of My TV, and he is the editor-in-chief of Island News of Dumaguete. Please help me welcome our judge, Nimrod Quiñones.
Maayong hapon sa tanan. I'm Nimrod Quiñones, and it's a pleasure to be here, to be invited to be a judge of this speech competition. And I'm very happy that the younger generation is very much aware of our history. And this proves that there is indeed a future for all of us. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to the speeches later on.
So, daghang salamat, Nimrod. So, Nimrod was actually a graduate also of the mass communications in with the University of the Philippines, Cebu. So he was we looked up to him in college because, and then when he was the news reporter at, at, GMA7, I was his intern. So you would know that he's older, right? So, dili ta mo ingon. So, di siya musugot. But he said that, no, dili tinuod nga mas magulang siya, kay mas bata gid siya. So, so now we would like to introduce next our judge, also a graduate of mass communications at the University of the Philippines, Cebu. He was like you, our contestants. She was also an editor, the editor-in-chief of the student publication at UP Cebu. Like you, she participated in campus activities. So she was of course the publication of UP Cebu was and is Tugani, and she was also a producer and she was a producer and reporter of ABS-CBN Cebu. So we have someone from GMA. We also have someone from ABS-CBN. So and she is also a host. Right now, she is a host of a podcast, The Open Bar, and she is the legal officer of the Korean Consulate in Cebu, and she is a law professor. And please help me welcome the beauty and brains, 𝗂𝗏
Maayong hapon sa tanan. We don't have a live audience here in Pamgrass, Cebu, but your judges are here. Maayong hapon especially to our online audience. It's my great pleasure to spend an afternoon with young people, and I truly look forward to hearing from you guys.
Daghang salamat, Cara. So we would like you to know that Cara is also our talent in our poems, our video poem or heritage love poem. So you check it out at Pamgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel Facebook page, the videos, and also at our YouTube account, Pamgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. She has been in some videos like the poem read by DYHP talent Ingrid Bertodaso, the poem Ayaw Kalain, Konsultihan Tika. And also the poem that she was also the voice talent of this. Cara was the voice talent of the poem Love and Heroes. So it's at Pamgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel YouTube account. So our judge representing the heritage community of Cebu is she is a graduate of sociology at the University of San Carlos, and she is the president of the Central Visayas Association of Museums, and she is also the curator of the Cebu Provincial Museum, Museo Sugbo, and she is the crew chief of the Northern Cebu Archaeological Project. Please help me welcome Masi Cabañas.
Ngayong hapon kanatong tanan sa atong mga online audience, no. Thank you Pamgrass Hotel for always inviting us in your activities, and I'm also very honored to be seated with my fellow judges nga mga ilados at kaayos tanan. We look forward to this afternoon's event, no. Kanang excited mi makadungog gikan sa tuang mga batan-on kay kining mga ideas atong mga batan-on, mga mabulokon kaayo ni, and of course we always look up to them as our future. So very excited to hear from them this afternoon. Daghang salamat.
Daghang salamat, Masi. The Cebu Provincial Museum and Museo Sugbo, the Central Visayas Association of Museums, are always our partners in all of our events. So we thank the Museo Sugbo and also the National Historical Commission and National Quincentennial Committee. So our broadcast right now is shown at also at the pages of the National Quincentennial Committee page, and also at the Museo Sugbo Diyandi Heritage Center the Central Visayas Association of Museums, and also, are we on DepEd 7? Not yet. Not yet. So, we thank everyone who are on Facebook Live with us. So we also recognize our previous panelist. She's also a professor of history. So we have Feliz Noel Rodriguez. We are so honored that you are with us. And yes, we're so happy that you are delighted of our cake of the month, the 𝗏𝗂𝗃𝗂. We hope that you will be able to taste it when you come to Cebu. So also we have from the page of 𝗏𝗃𝗃 de Cebu Heritage Hotel, we have Jella Crismondo saying love you, Abigail, and Chelsea saying Gerard, go, and also Erdi Lynn Manuel says good luck to all participants, and to Gerard, and Gerard says, Gerard, one of our contestants, is tagging his friend. So, daghang salamat to those who are joining and cheering for their friends and classmates and schoolmates, so, and who are with us to hear what the youth have to say about our history and about our heroes. So we would like to present to you our participants in our contest this afternoon. So we have from, may we show them in the contest room? So they are in our room, and then we show them. Please turn on your camera so that everyone, and when I call your name, just wave your hand, just be on mute. So we have from Talisay City Division, from Talisay City Science High School, grade 12, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So say wave Mikael, Del. So that's Del. So we have from Toledo City Division, Toledo City Science High School, grade 11, Gerard Adrian Uy. Gerard, where are you? Asa si Gerard? Soto, Gerard. And then we have from the Cebu City Division, University of San Jose Recoletos, grade 12, Michael Sornilio. Michael. So Michael is in peach or pink. So from also from the Cebu City Division, from Maria Montessori International School, we have grade 12, Jared Zion Muanya. Jared, say hi, wave. So, asa na si Jared? Wala man mo wave si Jared. Nasa ubos at order. So, Jared. So, from the Cebu Province Division, we have from Tudela National High School, grade 12, Lovejoy Carupo. Lovejoy. So, you see Lovejoy, she's waving. And also from the Cebu City National Science High School, grade 12, Mary Abigail Pañares. Oh, Abigail. So also from the Mandaue City Division, we have from University of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu and Mandaue, UCLM, grade 12, Romary Tablizo. So that's Romary. Daghang salamat. And his name after Jo Marie, do you know? So, and then so we have also from 4 contestants from the Caracar City Division. We have from Ocaña National High School, grade 10, 𝗍𝗫 Rimucaldo. 𝗍𝗫. Say hi, 𝗍𝗫. So then we have from Juana Enriquez Macalalag National High School, we have grade 10, Muhammad L. Miki. Muhammad. Where are you, Muhammad? Yes, that's Muhammad. And then so from Maximo Noel Memorial National High School, we have grade 12, Vin Barangan. Vin. That's Vin. So, and also the last but not the least, we have from St. Catherine's College, grade 11, Rosemary Wegener. Rose. Yes, that's Rose. Daghang salamat to our brave and talented contestants. I have already talked with them initially yesterday and this morning. So stay tuned for their beautiful insights. So daghang salamat to all the contestants. Good luck, break a leg. And we are so excited to hear you talk about your love for our heroes, your love of our history, your love of Cebu, our country. So, and your hopes also for our country. So our contest is open to all grade 7 to 12 students of public and private schools in the Cebu Island. And the contestant was required. The contestant was required to submit their names a week before the contest, and the contestants also joined the technical tests that we had yesterday and this morning. And I will be providing the specific topic that will be discussed by each participant during this contest. They didn't know the questions, they would only know now. So that would be, the question would be given to them at least 1 minute before their performances. And the contestants will be given 1 minute to prepare and 1 minute to deliver. And the speeches will be delivered in English. Someone actually was commenting to have the speeches in Cebuano, but we previously had wanted to have a judge who is not a Cebuano. So we wanted to invite someone from the National Historical Commission, but because they had a conflict of schedule, they were not able to join to be a judge today. So that's why we had the contest in English. We have the contest in English. But maybe later we will have, in the next few months, we will have a contest in Cebuano. So the contestants also will be judged according to the relevance to the content of their speeches and the relevance of the topic and impact and delivery. So the videos of the speeches of the contestants would be published at the Pamgras de Cebu Heritage Hotel page from March 21 to 27, and we would be asking you to give your reaction. The speech with the most reaction will win the Netizens Choice Award. But please also do not just react. Please watch and listen to their insights before you will react. And then and also share and react to the speeches of our talented students. So now, are you ready? So we would also, I would be, after I will recognize those online, we would be giving already the question, the first question to the first, we had a raffle of the names of our contestants yesterday. So that's why we have their numbers. We had a draw by lots of their numbers. And stay tuned also this afternoon, because we are going to have also a raffle of those who reacted to our video. We have a music video, a song composed and produced by Pamgras sa Cebu Heritage Hotel entitled 𝗂𝗂𝗋𝗂, and we would let you hear it in a while after the performances of our students. That song of Pamgras, asking everyone, is a heritage love song, asking everyone to come with us and journey with us back to our history, has now a million views, more than a million views. So we are so happy. Let's give a round of applause for that video sung by young musicians, artists in Cebu, Jerlyn Abanyo. The words are written by Dili na Young, Agripina, and that's me. But the music was composed by young musicians also, and the video was created by also someone from the University of the Philippines, Mascom, Prospero Lapot, kaila ni Kara and ni Nimrod. So that video has now a more than a million views. So because we thank you, we celebrate the 1 million views of that video, we will have a raffle of all those who commented, and the one who would win will have a chance to stay. The one who would win will be rewarded with an overnight stay at one of the rooms for heroes at Pamgras de Cebu Heritage Hotel. So stay tuned for that raffle. So now we will have our question number 1. So our question number 1, for our performer number 1. So before that, Bethlehem says, go Rosemary. Maria Jessica says, Laban Enrique. And Jaisi says, have a good one, Rosemary. So the question, this is for Del Enrique Micael 5, grade 12, Talisay City Science High School. And Your question is this, that you will discuss for 1 minute. So the time limit for the discussion later is 1 minute. So the question for you is this. Name a leader of the 1898 Tres de Abril uprising and describe his or her admirable qualities. Can we show the question, please? Name a leader of the 1898 Tres de Abril uprising and describe his or her admirable qualities. The question is being sent to you at the messenger room, at the speech contest room, the group chat of the speech contest room. So that's the question. Name a leader of the 1898 Tres de Abril uprising and describe his or her admirable qualities. So while Michael or Del is preparing for his speech, we are going to show you for 1 minute a video clip produced by 𝗶𝗺𝗃 the Cebu Heritage Hotel, only a clip of the 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 about 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃. So we went as far as Bacong, Negros Oriental, to have an interview with the descendants of General 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃. And we show you this clip.
Nagsudong siya sa mga Pilipino nga ang mga katsila gidaog-daog ang mga Pilipino. Si 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 isugod siya kay bisan pa og si General Emilio Aguinaldo ni surrender, siya nagpadayon gud siya sa paglaban sa mga katsila, pakig-away ini aron mabuntog kini siyang sa mga tawo.
Thanks salamat for that video, and that was an interview with a descendant of So 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃 was a mestizo. So before we would call performer number 1, who is Del, we would give the question to Gerard Adrian Uy of grade 11 Toledo City Science High School, Toledo City Division. And Gerard, this is your question. Why is the Battle of Tres de Abril a very important event in Cebu and national history? Why is the Battle of Tres de Abril a very important event in Cebu and national history? So that's your question, Gerard. So may we show the question? So that's the, may we show the question? So, and then it was sent, the message is sent. So can we show to the audience also the question? Can you show it? Wala. So we have this question, why is the Battle of Tres de Abril a very important event in Cebu and national history? And this is a question for Gerard Adrian Uy. And this question is now sent to the group chat or the speech contest room. So now we would like to call our performer number 1, our contestant number 1. We would like to call Del Enrique Micael Cinco, grade 12, Talisay City Division. Micael, maayong hapon.
Ayong hapon.
Okay na ang
Ayong
audio.
hapon po.
Sige. So, Micael, we would, Del Enrique Micael, we would like you to tell us, to name a leader of the 1898 Tres de Abril uprising and describe his or her admirable qualities. And your timer starts now.
There is a saying that goes that I may lose this battle, but I will surely win this war. 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏 was really important in that significant part of our history, the Tres de Abril uprising. I admire his qualities because even though he was brave, no, he valiantly fought against the Spaniards to get Fort San Pedro, but he was not carelessly brave. He was also cunning. When he saw the Spanish Armada come, he retreated to 𝗓𝗃𝗃. And although he had one downfall, and that is he trusted his fellow Cebuanos too much that in 𝗓𝗃𝗃 he was betrayed and killed, that does not take away his admirable qualities. In fact, it inspires us more that even though heroes are flawed and heroes make mistakes, their legacy lives on. An admirable quality about 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏's message is that when he died, the revolution did not die with him. It was brighter and it was stronger than ever because people revolted. And that is the quality that I really admire about 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏 is that he was able to have an impact in our history that even though he died, his legacy lived on. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Adele. It's exactly 1 minute. Congratulations for having a 1 minute speech. And now we would like to have our question for question number 3. So we asked the students that if I would ring the bell, so that it means to stop and you would wrap up your sentence. So, but the time limit is only 1 minute. So our question number 3, we would like to give the question number 3 to our student from the University of San Jose Recoletos. So this is your question. So may we show the question? So the question is, describe similarities in the Battle of Tres de Abril and the Battle of Mactan. Can you see or can you find similarities? You can also say, I don't find any similarities, and you explain. And if you see similarities, you can also explain. So this is for Michael Sornilio of grade 12, University of San Jose Recoletos of Cebu City Division. So we would invite everyone to know more about our hero in this book published by 𝗶𝗺𝗃, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏, The Untold Story of the 1898 Cebu Revolution. And this is, the author is 𝗲𝗏𝗃𝗏, and this is edited and published by 𝗶𝗺𝗃, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So Emil was also with the Freeman. He was an editor. Kauban mo, Nimrod, no? Sa una. So, wala mo mag-abot. Nag-abot mo. So now we would like to call our performer number 2 to tell us about, so we have Gerard Adrian Oy. May we have Adrian, Gerard. So Gerard, maayong hapon, Gerard. Is your audio already on?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Am I able to be heard?
Is it? It's soft. May we have a higher volume? So
how about this?
Yes.
Is it okay?
Okay na. Okay na. So so we would like to may we request all those participants, contestants, to mute yourselves, and those who are done will leave already the room. So now we would like to have performer number 2, Gerard Adrian Oy, to tell us why is the Battle of Tres de Abril a very important event in Cebu and national history. And your timer starts now.
The Battle of Tres de Abril not only was important in Filipino history, but also in the history of us Cebuanos. It was a reminder for all of us that we Cebuanos are full of passion, bravery, and we will not hesitate to sacrifice our lives to fight for our freedom, for our fellow men. Our forefathers and ancestors have greatly fought to serve and to liberate us from the cruel occupation of the Spaniards. This serves as our reminder to always fight for peace, to always advocate for democracy and stand against those who intend to deceive us, who intend to oppress us. We are proud Cebuanos, and we have the blood. We share the blood of our proud Datu Lapu-Lapu who fought against Magellan and his men during the Battle of Mactan. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Gerard, for your speech. And now we would like before we would like to show you to give the question, our question number 4. We would like to show you this book mentioned in the video a while ago, si 𝗖𝗲𝗰𝗶𝗴𝗲𝗀𝗂𝗃. This was created by children of Cebu from the different schools in Cebu. And they were still grade schoolers when they wrote this story. We had a workshop with students or pupils in Cebu, and then we made them write their version of the 𝗖𝗲𝗃 story. And this is also this is illustrated by a grade 10 student. She was still grade 10. She was 16 years old she was 16 years old when she grade 9, no? Grade 9 or grade 10. She was grade 10 when she illustrated this book, Christine from Ateneo de Cebu. And the authors were Juliana, University of San Carlos, Santi of Gaas National High School, Isabella from Ateneo de Cebu, and Francis from Colegio de Santo Niño. So you should read this book. This is a very fun book. So now we would like to give the question to our performer number 4. So we have Jared Zion Muanya of grade 12, Maria Montessori International School. And this is the question. So may we show the question? Why and how did the Cebuanos win in the Battle of Mactan? So this is the question. Why did or how did the Cebuanos win in the Battle of Mactan? And that question is now sent to the group chat of the speech contest room. So now we would like to have already the performance or the speech of our third contestant, Michael Sormilio of grade 12, University of San Jose Recoletos, Cebu City. May we have Michael? So Michael, maayong hapon, Michael.
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes. Okay na yan.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Michael, please tell us about the similarities, or if there are similarities in the Battle of Tres de Abril and the Battle of Mactan. And your timer starts now.
The commemoration of 500 years of Visayan heroism and 124th anniversary of the Battle of Tres de Abril is a reminder to us of how our ancestors died fighting for our independence against the control of the Spaniards. It is not a reminder of hatred or holding a grudge towards Spaniards, but it is an encouragement to be united with each other, our fellow countrymen. The similarities in the Battle of Tres de Abril and the Battle of Mactan is the fellow men itself, on how they are fighting with conviction, how they are courageous, how they are selfless and inspirational to Filipino, to Cebuanos and Filipinos itself. Despite of the location that they have been characterized, it gives people or gives men to have courage to fight for what are their rights. We Filipinos, for example, like have a known history, should carry and pass on to youth that important qualities as what the past have bring us to us. And then the speech that we all are heroes in our own story and to be a hero on someone's story that what have the past taught us. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Michael, for your exactly 1 minute speech. Now we would like to have give the question of contestant number 5 and 𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃, grade 12 of Tudela National High School. So we have this question for you, 𝗲𝗃𝗃. Why didn't Lapu-Lapu just bow down to a foreign power, but instead he led his people to fight against the Spanish invaders? Why did Lapu-Lapu lead his people to fight against the Spanish invaders? Why did Lapu-Lapu lead his people to fight against the Spanish invaders? And this question is now being sent to the room, the speech contest room. So that's the question for 𝗲𝗃𝗃. So we also invite everyone to learn more about the Battle of Mactan, the history of Cebu since the 1500s in this book
plugging na sa to. So this is available at Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, Basahanan. So this is also published and edited by Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, written with the author Junicio C. So according to Dr. Mike Collinane, when we asked him to give a message about this book, and he said that this is, in many ways, this book is the only available text that is about the whole period from 1500s to the 1890s. So this is now the question. So we would now like to give to ask contestant number 4 to give his speech. So we would like to call 𝗔𝗁𝗂𝗄𝗎 to tell, Jared, please, maayong hapon. Jared, maayong hapon.
Hello?
Yes, we would
Hello?
like to test your audio first. So is it, say maayong hapon? Can you hear him? Jared, please say again, good afternoon. Can you hear? Wa siya kadungog na ko?
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Hello?
Okay na. Okay na. So, so Jared, we request you to look at your camera when you speak. So this is now your question. Why and how did the Cebuanos win in the Battle of Mactan? And your timer starts now.
The Battle of Mactan, at first glance, seemed to be a battle that heavily favored the Spaniards. With their modern armor and weapons, it seemed like it was their fight to lose. But what they didn't expect was the sheer number of Cebuano warriors they would have to battle against. More than 1,500 Cebuano warriors raised their swords, stormed the beaches, and completely overwhelmed the Spaniards. This number shows that so many of these Cebuanos had so much love and pride that they were willing to fight for this place, their home, and the trust that they had in the leadership and strategy of our hero, 𝗏𝗏𝗏. We won because of our drive to protect our home, and because, of course, of our hero, 𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Daghang salamat, Jared, for your speech. So now we would like to give the question for contestant number 6. And this is for Mary Abigail Pañares, grade 12 of the Cebu City National Science High School. And this is, may we show the question for Abigail? So this is the question. Describe one weapon used by the native warriors in the Battle of Mactan, and describe how this helped in their triumph. Describe a weapon used by the warriors in the Battle of Mactan, how this helped them in their victory 500 years ago. So now we would like you to, this is again, so this is now like a book, show and tell of books. So we will invite you to read this book, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So to know more about the legends and facts on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and the battle at Mactan, the Battle of Mactan, there is an introduction here by Risil Mojares, National Artist for Literature, a Cebuano. And the rest of the pages of the book is about the legends of Lapu-Lapu. And the first part are the facts about the victory at Mactan, or the Battle of Mactan. This is available at Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So we invite you to those teachers and parents who are watching, and even the students, you can read already this book. Send us a message, and this is available at Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So now we would like to listen to the speech of contestant number 5, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 of grade 12, Tudela National High School. May we have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏?
Hello, ma'am.
Maayong hapon, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Maayong hapon, ma'am.
Okay ra yung audio. So, Lovejoy, please tell us why did Lapu-Lapu lead his people to fight against the Spanish invaders? And the timer starts now.
The victory at the Battle of Mactan is a great story worth telling and retelling. We Filipinos should be called a rescue from oblivion, which took already 500 years ago today. We must, um, we must like our heroes. We must not, we,
So, Lovejoy, we could not hear you. So, we would come back later. We would give you another question. Do we have another question? Our question number 12. You will be the last to perform. Check your audio, your internet, and your video. So, we could not hear you. There was a technical problem with your audio. So you should be able to mount your camera before your performance. You should be able to mount it on a solid surface and turn on and connect your audio already. So we will have her before we end, before the last, I mean, she will be the last contestant and we will give her another question. So Lovejoy, stay tuned for your question later. So we would now like to give the question for contestant number 7 for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏. And from the University of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu and Mandaue, grade 12. And may we show the question for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So this is the question for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Describe the weapons used by the Cebu Katipuneros in the Battle of Tres de Abril and how these helped defeat their enemy. So describe the weapons used. Some of the weapons only. You may not describe everything, or one or two used by the Katipuneros in the Battle of Tres de Abril and how these helped defeat their enemy. So this is the question for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and this is now sent to the speech contest room of the group chat. So we would like to invite you to read another book. So this is The Arenas of Conspiracy and Rebellion in the Late 19th Century Philippines, written by Dr. Mike Collinane, the case of the April 1898 uprising in Cebu. So Dr. Mike Collinane will be our panelist. He will be our resource person in our event this April 3. We will have conversations with him on April 3 and about the manggugubot sa kagubot sa Sugbo. And he says here about of course, there are conspiracies, there are rebellion, there are clans, families who fought in the Battle of Tres de Abril. So this is available at Pamgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, Basahanan. So now we would like to have the speech of our contestant number 6. Our contestant number 6 is Mary Abigail Pañares of the Cebu City National Science High School, grade 12. Maayong hapon, Abigail.
Maayong hapon.
Again, good afternoon. Say good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Maayong hapon.
Okay na. Yes. So, Abigail, please describe one weapon used by the native warriors in the Battle of Mactan and describe how this weapon helped in their triumph. And your timer starts now.
If I were to describe one weapon used by the native warriors in the Battle of Mactan and how this helped in their triumph, I'm sorry, but I cannot just give one. I would have to give two because they were attached to each other. The 𝗝𝗂𝗋𝗄 as a tribute for 𝗝𝗏𝗏 and as tribute for women who fought in the battle, the poisons concocted by our own 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏lands. Our 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏lands were said to have applied these poisons to their spears. Before 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏lands were not just sitting there looking pretty. 𝗏𝗏𝗏
Abigail, take two ta? Take two. Abigail. Ansay problema? Natay problem? So Abigail, check your internet. Do we what's the should we have a judges? Do we have a take two or we will give her another question later? Take two? Okay. Abigail, may we have you again? Please show Abigail again. Nilib siya. So we will call her again. Or did she enter again the room? Please ask her to enter the room again. So do we have her? Yes, we need to have her now because so that we will not have another question to give her. So we will have Abigail again. So we have, is she around? So while we're waiting for Abigail, we would like to give the question for contestant number 8. So the question for contestant number 8 is this. Do I give performs nato si Abigail? Can she do it? We will have another. Huh? Nice problem? I'll try. So unsa man, under question na lang. Okay, same na lang. Na siya. So Abigail, make sure that no one else is using the internet at your place. You will monopolize your internet. So again, so Abigail, we lost you a few minutes ago. So we need you to show your camera, show yourself, show your turn on your camera, and your timer starts now. Unmute yourself again. Unmute first. So this is the virtual contest. So say maayong hapon, Abigail.
Maayong hapon.
Okay. So your timer starts now.
If I were to describe one weapon used by the native warriors in the Battle of Mactan and how this helped in their triumph, it would be very unfortunate because I cannot give you only one answer. There were two weapons used during the Battle of Mactan. One that is visible, spears and the 𝗝𝗃𝗋𝗋, and two, the invisible that was very useful during the battle. The 𝗝𝗃𝗋𝗋 as a tribute to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and a tribute for women who fought in the battle, the poisons concocted by our very own 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏lands. Before 𝗏𝗏𝗏lands were said to have concocted poisons and applied these into their spears. So when the mighty 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 wielded this great sword and beheaded those subjugators, which was just fatal to all of them. The battle clearly wasn't just more about these weapons. It was their unity as men and women played into these battles. This is what our heroes, from the very beginning, teaches us that we should be one. Men and women, no one must be low or high. But we must all unite together. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Abigail. So now we have our question. We will give the question for contestant number 8. So we would like to call, we would like to call the attention of 𝗖𝗲𝗰𝗂𝗶 of 𝗏𝗏𝗏 City Division, Ocaña National High School, grade 10. So this is your question. So this is a very long question, but just you can have a 1-minute answer for this. So may we show the question? Wala pa? So yeah, this is the question. If you can read it, is it clear? So the question, if you were to travel back 124 years ago and you become Cebu Katipunan leader 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏, would you still lead the fight against the Spaniards when you already know that later you will be betrayed and murdered by fellow Cebuanos? So the question is, if you are to travel back in time, like travel back 124 years ago, and then you become Katipunan leader 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏, and you already know that you will be killed if you lead the fight against the Spaniards, would you still do it when you know that you will be betrayed and murdered later by fellow Cebuanos? So that's the question for you, 𝗖𝗲, from 𝗏𝗏𝗏. And of course, 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏 was killed in 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So unmute yourself, 𝗖𝗲. Everyone, please unmute yourself if you are not yet speaking. Everyone, please unmute. Please mute yourselves. Nasayop na ko. Please mute yourselves when you're...
I answered right now, ma'am.
Huh?
Hello? Karon na answer na ako?
No, not yet. Is this 𝗖𝗲? You
Yes, ma'am.
you will answer when you will be called. We just gave you the questions. So we are giving so please mute yourself. And also we would now call performer number 7. So our performer number 7 is Romarie Tablizo from UCLM, University of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu and Mandaue. Maayong hapon, Romarie.
Yes, maayong hapon. Can you hear me already?
Okay, Ra. Okay, Ra. So did you know that Romarie was named after Jo Marie Iliana? So now we would like to ask Romarie to describe the weapons used by the Cebu Katipuneros in the Battle of Tres de Abril and how these helped defeat their enemy. And your timer starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, good afternoon. For sure, many of you will be surprised of the weapon I have thought about, because this is not as sharp or as dangerous as you have imagined. Because I am referring to the intriguing anting. Yes. 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏 was wearing an anting, and I consider it as a weapon that became integral to the Battle of Tres de Abril. Because many sources have presented that one of the factors that made this battle successful is because of what 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏 was wearing. I am highlighting the anting as a weapon because I want this item to be introduced that even before these kinds of items have been used by heroes themselves. Anting serves as a remembrance of what we can do in the name of our country. The usage of these items will guide and save us as they battle the forces of foreign invaders who have continuously mistreated the Filipinos. Let us not poke fun at these relics because they have played a significant role in the revolution. Let us treasure and preserve them because they bear the good deeds that the Filipino revolutionaries have rendered our nation. That would be all. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Romarie. And now we would like to give the question for contestant number 1. For contestant number 9. And this is the question for Muhammad L. Miki, grade 10, Juana Enriquez Macalalag National High School. So Muhammad, don't turn on your mic because we are still giving you your question. you would be turning on your mic when you will be speaking, when you will give your speech. So the question for you is this. May we show the question? What are the qualities of 𝗏𝗏𝗶 and 𝗖𝗯𝗃𝗏𝗏 that the voters should look for in candidates whom they will vote for in the May national and local elections? In the 2022 national and local elections, what are the qualities of 𝗏𝗏𝗶 and 𝗖𝗯𝗃𝗏𝗏 that the voters should look for in candidates whom they will vote for in the May 2022 national and local elections? So, and this is for Muhammad of Juana Enriquez National High School, 𝗏𝗂𝗏 City. So now we would like to call, we have not yet shown a book. So we forgot to show a book. So this is a book by Dr. Rizil Mujares, Interrogations in Philippine Cultural History. And this is also available at PAMGRAS Basahanan. And you can send us a message if you would like to avail of this book. This has something about the Santo Niño, the apparitions of the Santo Niño, and other things, and also about the ciudad, about Andres Bonifacio, about so many things. So now we would like to ask contestant number 8, 𝗖𝗲𝗃 Rimocaldo, to maayong hapon, 𝗖𝗲𝗃.
Mayong hapon, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, Reno, ang audio. So the question for you is, if you were to travel back 124 years ago and you become 𝗖𝗯𝗃𝗏𝗏, would you still fight against the Spaniards when you already know that later you will be betrayed and murdered by fellow Cebuanos? And your timer starts now.
Yes, of course. I will fight for the Cebuanos, but since I am a time traveler, I would not be stupid enough to get myself killed. In my research as a for the information, I have found out that the killer or the stabber of 𝗖𝗯𝗃𝗏𝗏 is Filencio and Apolinario. So before I get killed, I'll kill them first. I'll stab them first before, and then I'll escape myself. Because I am not stupid, first and foremost, and I've already repeated that. And freedom is the very reason why the patriots fought this war, and they risked everything. And I will not let such atrocity happen to me just because they became scared because of the current happenings. Because the truth is, if at that time we kept on winning against the Spaniards would eventually be defeated and they will retreat. That's all. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, 𝗖𝗲𝗃. So now we would like to give the question. Can we already prepare the question for Lovejoy? Do we have? Can you write the question for Lovejoy here? So we have this question for Barangan. So this question is for contestant number 10, Barangan, and of grade 12, Maximo Noel Memorial National High School of 𝗏𝗏𝗏 City Division. And this is your question. May we show the question? So, describe an amulet or magic charm used by the Cebu Katipunan or the Cebu Katipuneros 124 years ago on Tres de Abril, and describe what is the function of the amulet in the revolution. So this is the question for Vin. Describe an amulet or magic charm used by the Cebu Katipuneros 124 years ago, and its function in the revolution. So that's the question for contestant number 10. So our performer number 9 is we would like to call Muhammad for grade 10. So we would like also, before Muhammad would speak, I would like to invite you to have this book, The Battle for Cebu, The Battle by Dr. Michael Colonnane, about how the Cebu 𝗶𝗵𝗺𝗃, the Cebu revolutionaries fought against the Americans who wanted to occupy, the Americans who were occupying Cebu. And you would see here the trenches of the Cebuanos in Sudlon. So now we would like to have Muhammad to tell us about the qualities of Lapu-Lapu and 𝗖𝗯𝗃𝗏. May we have silence, please? May we have silence, please, so that we would be able to hear our student from Karkar. So what are the qualities of Lapu-Lapu and 𝗖𝗯𝗃𝗏 that the voters should look for in candidates whom they will vote in the May 2022 national and local elections? So, and your timer starts now.
Voting is the most important occurrence in any nation should undertake, as the people puts its trust to one leader to carry the entire nation and hold the Philippine dream and its continuous development. I would use this opportunity to urge the voters to refer to history and refer to how Lapu-Lapu and 𝗖𝗯𝗃𝗏 had this extreme sense of nationalism, and how they were so ready to give up not just their own lives, but also their entire history and throw their humanity away just to preserve the Philippine culture, history, and society. I would also urge voters to basically find the strategic thinking and proper risk-taking that a leader must be able to make if they want the nation to succeed. Though I am not a registered voter, if I were to vote, I would certainly find these qualities. And even though I myself have only been living in the Philippines for 3 years, these qualities surely relate to me, and I believe that they are the most important things that voters should decide upon in order to find the best leader who is the best suit for leading our nation. That is all. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Muhammad. So now we would like to give the question for our contestant number for contestant number 11. So the question for Rosemary Wegener, grade 11 of St. Catherine's College, is this. So may we show the question? So the question is, why does the Battle of Mactan inspire you? Does the Battle of Mactan inspire you? Why? So that's the question for Rosemary. So we would now like to hear the speech. We would now like to hear the speech of Ben. So may we have Ben?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So
Can you hear
before
me?
that, I would like to show you this book by Dr. 𝗖𝗯𝗰𝗶 Mujeres, The War Against the Americans, The Resistance and Collaboration in Cebu. So our wars always had our heroes would resist, and there are those who would collaborate. That's why in our event this April 3, our title is this. In our celebration this April 3, and we invite you to join us, 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗏, love and betrayal in the 1898 Tres de Abril uprising. So you should watch out for this event. So now we have Ben. So Ben, Ben,
Good
maayong
afternoon,
hapon.
ma'am. Mayong hapon. Can you hear me?
Okay na? Okay ra. So Ben, we would like you to describe an amulet or magic charm used by the Cebu 𝗶𝗵𝗺𝗃 124 years ago on Tres de Abril and its function in the revolution.
And your timer starts now.
This is a small and mysterious thing. It may seem as worthless, but this thing helped the Katipuneros to fight against the Spaniards. This thing is called the anting-anting. It seems small, but this thing really helped them to fight and to pursue freedom, which is everyone at that time really seeks. So this amulet have significant and importance in the life of Filipinos in our superstitious belief. And this is also described that Filipinos are wise men. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Ben. So we would like now to give the question for our contestant, Lovejoy. She was contestant number 5, bato siya. But she will now perform last after Rosemary. And please mute your mic while you are not yet speaking. So please mute everyone. All contestants, please mute your mic. So your question, Lovejoy, is this. Why should every Cebuano know about the Battle of Tres de Abril or the Tres de Abril uprising? So your question, Lovejoy, is this. Why should every Cebuano know about the Battle of Tres de Abril or the Tres de Abril uprising? So we would now like to call. So before that, I would like to show you this very important, very interesting book. If you want to know how the maps and the Spanish colonial period, how Cebu looked like in the Spanish colonial period, you should have this book, Integración and Internación, edited by Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and also Ino Manalo. So this has maps and pictures or maps and then descriptions of Spanish time Cebu. So this is available at Pamgrass Basahanan. So now I would like to call performer number 11, Rosemary Wegener. Maayong hapon, Rosemary.
Afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Is it okay? So, Rosemary, we would like you to tell us, why does the Battle of Mactan inspire you? And your timer starts now.
The Battle of Mactan inspires me in many ways, as I feel like it symbolizes a lot for Filipinos. Not only does it inspire me with my culture-wise, but it also inspires me in ways that I take into... Oh, sorry, let me rephrase. It inspires me not just with my culture and with how I perceive myself as a Filipino, but also in how I want to perceive myself in other aspects of life. That I must fight for what I believe in and fight for what I want to see happen, you know? Yes. Thank you.
And daghang salamat, Rosemary. And that was the speech of Rosemary. So we are now calling. So we would like to, the last book that I have that I would like to show you is this book on the war, in the War of Cebu. And this is a book edited by, with articles written by Dr. Mojares, Taylor Avila, Cola Maria, and Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and this is a book on the war in Cebu, and this is the war against the Japanese. So this is also available at Pamgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So now we would like to call our, is it already 1 minute? So we would now like to call our last but not the least performer, our contestant. She is contestant number 5, but she performs last because of the technical problem. Is she around? So we have Lovejoy. So Lovejoy, please don't already adjust. When you are already talking, please don't touch your phone. No one should touch your phone. No one should adjust while you start talking. When you start talking, no. Is it quiet in your place? I ask everyone. If there is another audio. Everyone, please, everyone who is done talking, please already leave the room. Everyone, please leave. All the contestants, please leave. Or mute yourselves. If you don't want to leave, please mute. Because, si Ben, please mute yourself, Ben. Ben, please have your phones on mute or your gadgets on mute. Please be on mute. Hindi na marinig. Asama na? Naapa? Still? Sa Ben, please. Can someone send a message to Ben? So please. Huh? Everyone, those who are done in their speech, please already leave the room. Is it quiet now? Okay na? So so now we would like to listen to the speech of Lovejoy about, so Lovejoy, no, dili na magkuan ha. Don't touch your phone when you start speaking. And the ones in front of you, don't let them touch your phone. So why should every Cebuano know about the Battle of Tres de Abril or the Tres de Abril uprising? And your timer starts now.
The commemoration of Tres de Abril battle is a reminder how our forefathers fight for our freedom. As youth of Cebu, we should value the freedom and independence the country had obtained through the gallant struggle and bravery of our Filipino heroes like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 against the Spaniards. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Lovejoy. So now we would so those are all. Those are the 11 contestants of our impromptu speech contest. We congratulate everyone for giving their speeches with just 1 minute preparation. So while we are waiting, we would be asking our judges in a while to give their comments. While they are preparing their comments, we would like to show you this video. The million views at the YouTube account of 𝗶𝗃𝗺𝗿 the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So we have here the names of those who gave comments at the 𝗶𝗃𝗺𝗿 YouTube account. So we will be picking 3 names: the consolation prize and the grand prize. So we would show you this video, and if you would like to also know about this song and share this song, please go to 𝗶𝗃𝗺𝗿 the Cebu Heritage Hotel YouTube account, the YouTube channel with the playlist 𝗡𝗂𝗶𝗺𝗏. So we have already an album, an 𝗡𝗂𝗶𝗺𝗏 album of songs on love, war, and history. So please share and like the songs and videos at our channel. So this is the song, Kuyugi Ko.
Uy, kuyugi ko, nanong di man ka. Kuyugi ko, bisan dili guwapa. Kahibalo ko, mustoya sa kaagi sa una. Sa mga bayani, nakikigira lang para sa tuma. di man kumamukos. Kuyog ang kakasakalayo tupas. Damdaman Sugbo. Parang kuyog nimo. Maguyog na tata, pagbalik na Nandi ay Ganong di man kagalahan. Kufta na to ang sundang nila lapo. Lele yung kilat, flores sa kagacho. Smile. Anak mo ay mamatay. Hipon sa baba, kung magyatay. Gila mo, may kumapos. Uyugang magkakasagay. Ako ni Baba, yung gila ko. May kumapos. Uyugang magkakasagay. Yun pupas. Ang damdaman parang sol. Parang malingkawas, kuyog nimo. Hindi ko nimo kuyugan, inyong tikang talawad. Hindi ko nakakatilaw sa humba o kinila. Kuyog lagi ko, di man kumamukos. Kuyog ang mukha sa kagahapon ni Baba. Kuyog lagi ko, di man kumamukos. Kuyog ang mukha sa kalayo ni Tupas. Ang damdaman parang sumpo. Parang malingkawas, kuyog nimo. Kuyog nimo. Kuyog nimo.
So daghang salamat for that song, and also we would now like to have a raffle of those who put comments at our YouTube post for that video. So we would now to get the name of the one who would win a consolation prize of either humba or kinilaw. So humba and kinilaw, our native dish, our Cebuano dish, our Cebuano dishes are mentioned in the song. So the one who would win either humba or kinilaw is this name. So we have this name. So we have, congratulations to Moni ang account name. So these are the account names. Judas Priest. So the one who would win either a humba or kinilaw is Judas Priest. Congratulations to Judas Priest. So that's his account name. And also another consolation prize winner. Is this an account name of the other one is Judas Priest, and now the winner of another consolation prize is Daredevil. Judas Priest and Daredevil. So, and now we have the grand prize winner of an overnight stay at 𝗏𝗺𝗃 Cebu Heritage Hotel, Rooms for Heroes, because he or she liked and watched the song Kuyugi Ko, and he or she went with us in a journey back to history to know about Humabon and Lapu-Lapu and about what our heroes did. And we have this. So now you should start commenting on other videos of 𝗏𝗺𝗃, so that when the video would reach 1 million views, we will be part of those whose names would be raffled off
to win an overnight stay at the Rooms for Heroes at 𝗏𝗺𝗺 the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So the one who won an overnight stay at 𝗏𝗺𝗺 the Cebu Heritage Hotel is this. 𝗏𝗵𝗺𝗺 Multipurpose Cooperative. So congratulations to the admin of 𝗏𝗵𝗺𝗺 Multipurpose Cooperative. And I remember actually his comment, and he was asking, and why is it that it's good, the song is good, but why is it that would the Cebuanos not get angry when you would burn Cebu to be free? So that's why we clarified that line of the song is about 𝗏𝗏𝗺 and the Cebuanos in 1565 burning Cebu, or burning the granary of Cebu, to deprive the enemy of food to eat. So they burned Cebu, they went up the mountains so that the Spaniards couldn't eat. So that was the tactic of 𝗏𝗏𝗺s and the Cebuanos in their fight against the Spanish invaders. So now we would like to give the floor already to our judges. We would like to ask our judges to give their comments. First, we will have multimedia journalist, a former editor at the Freeman and a former reporter at GMA7, and he is a producer and host at MyTV, and he is also an editor of a paper in Dumaguete. Please, is it ready? So please help me welcome Nimrod Quiñones.
Thank you very much. Daghang salamat. It was good to hear the students speak. First, the challenge is you have to know your history. Second is you have to know how to manage the technology that we're using so that you will be clear when you talk. One thing I could say is that a lot of the contestants were nervous because they spoke too fast. And it's important in competitions like this that you master the medium that we are using. So you might have a good speech, but then if you deliver it too fast or you eat your words, it would affect your performance. So delivery is key, especially when it comes to broadcast or to this form of media. So I'd like to thank our former teacher in broadcast speech performance, Madam Jeannie Vamenta, who emphasized what we should do. So when you have the mic, you should talk to a friend. You do not shout because you will not be understood. So that is something that you have to bear in mind. The content was good. I was very impressed with regards to their grasp of history. So most likely, nagtuon gyud sila. No? And what is nice with this competition is that it also encourages everyone to learn what happened in the past and how we could apply it to today and the future. So that's all. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Nimrod. So thank you for that lesson on broadcast speech. So and daghang salamat for the tips. And now we would like to and I remember our teacher, Jenny Momenta. I don't know if how much pila to akong grado adto. Tingalig nakapasar rasad ko. Nakapasar gyud ko adto. So now we would like to give to hear the comments of another judge of our contest. We have broadcast journalist, formerly with ABS-CBN. We have and she has a host of a podcast right now. And then we would like to hear from Attorney Cara May Noveda.
All right. Maayong hapon once again to everyone, especially to our contestants who truly represented themselves and their schools well. I continue to thank Agrippina and, of course, the staff of 𝗏𝗺𝗺 for always putting the history, our local history, at the forefront and making sure that the community is well informed about it. The good thing that about tonight's, this afternoon's competition is really we have students who seem to be well versed with local history. I must admit that in my years in high school, I can't say the same for myself. Although I did go to UP High, but there wasn't much focus on local history. I'm talking about Cebu. We always talked about national history. Now let's go to the finer points of the afternoon. I have to say that impromptu speeches are never the easiest, but they're the quickest to get over with. You have a minute to learn it or to compose something, and thereafter a minute to deliver your speech. I share Nimrod's concern that what we want, what the judges want to hear is a contestant that will deliver in the most natural sounding manner. And I echo, although we don't have the same professor in UP, but our broadcast professor was always emphasizing that whenever you talk to the camera, always think that it's your dear friend you're talking to. And when you're talking to your friend, there's a sense of familiarity. You always want to make your friend comfortable. For this afternoon, there was a tall order to try to explain history. And that's not always the easiest topic to explain now, is it? So what we encourage you to do is be a friend to the camera, be a friend to the audience. You know a lot of things. Nimrod also shared earlier that you came prepared, and all you simply needed to do was try to convey what you already know. As contestants here, not everybody will come off as the winner or even on the top three. But already congratulations are in order for everyone. But I do want to share let me just summarize 3 takeaways for this afternoon's performances. First, please be calm. So in order to do that, a pre-broadcast ritual that I do is just keep quiet and take deep breaths before going and charging ahead with whatever I want to say. So clarity is very important. Try to organize what you want to say. Again, no canned speeches. There's hardly enough time to prepare for that. So what you do, come up with an intro, the body, and a conclusion. And then you should be good for it. And then finally, again, much emphasis on being natural sounding. Try to be as conversational as possible. So even if, the camera's on you and it's a daunting task ahead, try to think that this is just another afternoon with your friends. So be a friend to everyone, even the judges. All right, that's all I have from my end. I hope everybody learned something from today's activity. Right. Thank you again.
Daghang salamat. Daghang salamat, Cara, for another lesson on broadcast speech. So, daghang salamat for the tips, and you will you should take note of those tips from our judges in our future contests, our future speech contests, if we will have. Maybe we will still have in Cebuano. So now we would like to hear from the representative of the heritage community in Cebu in this judging. So we have the curator of Museo Sugbo, Maria Cecilia Cabañas, who just came from diggings, right? last year. So we have Masi for her comments on the speeches of the contestants.
So thank you, Kayo. The 2 previous judges before me already stated their ilahang thoughts about how the delivery should be done. And nindot kayo tong note, especially for us museum workers who interpret history to students. Those are also very important reminders to take. Now, for us museum workers, heritage workers, it's definitely a challenge to teach history to students, especially in their age. Kay labi na karon, we are so much influenced with pop culture, K-pop, ug unsa pa ng mga sikat diha karon sa TikTok. So it's very challenging to teach history, especially local history, to students sa ilahang pangidaron. And we must also congratulate DepEd for these efforts of including local history in their lessons. And nakita nato karon pinaagi sa speeches sa ato ang mga contestants that they are already well versed about local history, about Leon Quilat. And sakto tong giingon ni Attorney Cara ganiha nga sa amo ang panahon, although di pa makaymingon anak katigulang, sa ato ang panahon, wala kayo ta kahibalo about Leon Quilat actually, no? We only know more about heroes coming from Luzon and other parts of the Philippines, but not so much about heroes coming from our own place. And tinuod, makita na to ganiha nga 10 sila, but they were able to deliver very well. As someone who works in a museum, we talk about Leon Quilat, nakuha gyud nila ang grasp, ang thought, na-express nila, although naigamay tense, but na-express nila og tarong. Some of them were eloquent, no? And I would also like to note the good use of historical details in creating premise for their answers, which tells us that they really understand their history very well. And congratulations daan sa kung kinsa man gani ang mananaog karong hapuna, lawom kaayo ba? So congratulations daan, and we hope that we continue to inspire more youth to learn more about our local history. So I think that's it. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Masi. So, Masi admires our contestants for being able to know. All our judges are amazed that you, our contestants, have studied about Leon Quilat. So you are no longer, because you've seen that video when we started, we had a countdown. We actually had an interview. We had a video shoot at Leon Quilat Street. We were in Leon Quilat Street, and then we interviewed a vendor who had been selling at that spot in Leon Quilat Street for nearly 20 years, 30 years. And we asked her, "Do you know who is Leon Quilat?" And she said, "No, I don't know. Wa ko kaila, I don't know who Leon Quilat is." And she is in Leon Quilat Street, at Leon Quilat Street. So now we are happy that the youth know about Leon Quilat. So congratulations everyone for those who joined, and also thank you to all the friends and classmates and schoolmates and parents and teachers of these amazing students. So stay tuned for the videos of the speeches of the students. We would be posting them. We would be posting them tomorrow or the next day, and we invite you to give your reaction. The one with the most reaction, with the most number of reactions, would win the Netizen's Choice Award. But there will also be prizes for the first prize, second prize, unang gante, ikaduhang gante, ikatulong gante, sa makadaog based sa judging of the delivery and content of the contestants. So we invite you in our next events we will be awarding the winners of this impromptu speech contest on April 3, 2022, 𝗶𝗂𝗶𝗵𝗄, the love and betrayal in the Tres de Abril uprising, and celebrating the 124th year of the Battle of Tres de Abril. And this is also, April 3 is also the anniversary, the 5th year of the grand opening of PAMGRAS the Cebu Heritage Hotel. So be with us in this celebration on April 27, and that would be the 501st year of the victory at Mactan. We will be having an adventure trail, a free heritage adventure trail for those who would win in the raffle also on April 3. So there will be an on-site, a physical heritage adventure like maglubok, magtahop, weaving the puso, playing the kulintang, doing the arnis, and everything else in this heritage adventure trail on April 27. And on April 30, we would be celebrating with the legends of Lapu-Lapu. the 501st of the victory at Mactan. So daghang salamat everyone. We are so proud of these students, and we look forward to a future of leaders, of better leaders in our community, in our country, because of these students who have studied history and who are proud of their identity, and who know the values of our heroes like selflessness, bravery, courage, being willing to die for a better community, a better Cebu, and a better Philippines. Daghang salamat ug maayong hapon.